You're listening to the My Simplified Life podcast, and this is episode number 16. Welcome to the My Simplified Life podcast, a place where you will learn that your past and even your present don't define your future. Regardless of what stage of life you're in, I want you to feel inspired and encouraged to pursue your dreams, simplify your life, and start taking action today. I'm your host, Michelle Glogovac, and I'm excited to share my stories and life lessons with you while taking you on my own journey. This is My Simplified Life. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm your host, Michelle Glogovac, and I am so happy to have you here today. Do you ever sit back and think about the people you surround yourself with and how they affect your business and professional life? I'm going to share with you the 5 people you need to have in your world, whether you're just starting a business, already have one, or are in a 9-to-5. This group of people applies to you regardless of where you are in your career, and in fact, I think they always will. When I look back at my career, I've almost always had some form of this group of people in my life. As a business owner, I feel I take more stock in acknowledging these individuals because I depend on them even more. I depend on them more now than before because when you own a business or you're an entrepreneur or freelancer, you're mostly alone in your business. Unlike the corporate world where you have coworkers who are at the same level as you are, or you get to hang out with them in the break room or just exchange thoughts on the latest corporate move, like the company that was just acquired and how that's going to affect you, or if you heard about the new opening in another department, or simply bouncing ideas off of each other about how to present a new product. No, you don't have any of this when you have your own business. You are on your own. You are making all the decisions from what office supplies to buy, to what services and products to offer, to the courses you should take, to the hours you should put in, and every other thing that goes into running a business. It's all on you. If you're just starting out, you're also wearing all the hats. You're the salesperson, marketing person, finance, HR, receptionist, spokesperson. You are it, my friends. And with doing it all also comes a lot of stress and pressure for most. I'll be the first to admit that it's a lot to deal with. There are decisions to be made everywhere you look. It takes a whole lot of time and effort to wear so many hats. These are the exact reasons why the 5 people I'm going to share with you today should not only be present in your life, but active in your life. The first person that you should have supporting you is your spouse or partner. In my world, my husband Ted is there for me 100%. Having your spouse or partner support you is a bigger deal than some think or would actually like to admit. For me, he's the one person I spend the most time with. He knows everything that's going on in my world, whether he likes it or not, and honestly, if I didn't have his support, I'm not sure I'd be able to keep pushing forward. We are not only husband and wife, but we're best friends and partners in all things. Our almost 13-year relationship has had the most extreme of life events, starting off with being long distance to managing a blended family, deaths of family members, buying a new home remodels, a miscarriage, new babies back to back, 3 layoffs, the start of new jobs, and now the start of a new business. We have stood as a team in all of these events and relied on each other through all of them. I have to say that I think one of the reasons we work so well together is because we know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and we communicate. Ted is much more of a thinker and ponderer than I am. I'm a researcher and a let's get it done type of person. I do not enjoy stress whatsoever and will do whatever I can to avoid it for myself and those I care about. I look for answers and solutions, and I want to execute them the moment I find them. When Ted went through a layoff, he happened to be at home when he got the phone call, and he whispered to me while it was happening that this was what was going on. But before he ended that phone call, I already knew what we needed to do to get covered on my insurance, what the next steps would be that we needed to take. Recently, he's undertaken the task of organizing the 75th World War II reunion for his father's Army division. This is just one more thing on his plate in addition to work and life and everything else. I could tell that something the other day wasn't sitting well with him, and so I asked him what needed to get done. And I just grabbed 2 items from his to-do list and I did them. We are a team and we do better together. Who doesn't do better when you have someone in your corner? This is kind of a no-brainer, but I think a lot of people don't fully understand the important role your partner plays when it comes to supporting your business. If your partner is your best friend, then don't you want that person to cheer you on in what you're doing? I know I certainly do. The next person you should have in your world is some sort of a coach or mentor, someone who knows the ropes or has been through the process you're currently going through. If you're in a 9-to-5, then that should be someone higher up. If you're an entrepreneur or business owner, then this should be an established business owner or a business coach. My mentor/coach fell into my lap in a sort of way, and I am so damn grateful to not only know her, but to get access to her knowledge and advice on almost the daily. Kelsey is a life and business coach who has worked the corporate 9-to-5 only to realize it wasn't what she wanted to do. She has been where I am, that place where you legit work your ass off at all hours of the day and night, where you think you'll never get it all done. You question what your next move should be. Are you charging the right price? Which direction should you take? I bounce ideas off of her and have learned so much from our conversations, and I find her advice is invaluable. Now, I'm not saying you should run out and find a coach, but you should reach out to someone you admire or someone who has made it to the place that you want to achieve to, and ask if you can buy them a cup of coffee. Honestly, who doesn't love hearing that you admire them just to start off with? Whatever you do, though, be genuine about it. My relationship with Kelsey started off with me listening to her podcast and her words simply resonating with me. I loved her message and genuinely thought she's a good person. She's someone that has amazing words of wisdom that just come out of her mouth. I don't aspire to do what Kelsey does. I don't intend to be a life or business coach, and that's not where my business is focused or heading. But if it was, Kelsey is also someone who would freely tell me how she runs her business. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people will not do this, but this is a great lesson that Kelsey has taught me. There's only one you. Therefore, even if someone copies your business model or you freely tell someone how you run your business, no one can replicate what you do. This is a great reminder for those of you who are asked to mentor or coach someone as well. Be open with your advice and experience. It can help others. Which is going to bring me to the third person you should have in your life. Someone who is working on growing their business as you are, but isn't quite as far as you've gotten. Think of this as your time to give back. If you've received the help and mentoring from someone, then why not pay it forward and offer your expertise to someone who's asking for it? For me, this is my friend Lisa. This year, she launched a photography business and is now working on her financial blog. We've had brainstorming sessions, and she'll call me to ask my thoughts on her website and social media. We talk about pricing and what sounds better from marketing perspectives and how to juggle it all while being moms to tiny humans. I have to tell you that I absolutely love seeing her grow and her business flourish as she undertakes all of this, and the fact that she comes to me because she trusts me and truly wants to hear what I have to say means the world to me. Seriously, how great is it when someone comes to you to get your take on things? I remember being in the corporate world, and whether it was a sales approach or figuring out a way to partner with another company, I loved being a part of that process and giving my 2 cents. Then again, that's just who I am. I enjoy sharing my perspective and opinion, and I do have a lot of them. And I love to be candid. I don't hold back and never have. I think having someone help you on your path in business who is candid with you is key. You don't want someone to sugarcoat things and tell you what you want to hear. That's not going to get you ahead and grow in life or your business. Candor, honesty, and experience is what makes a great mentor. It's what you should look for in and what you should offer as one. So we've covered someone who has more experience than you and someone with less, which brings us to the fourth person you should have in your life. Someone who is at the exact same spot, whether it's in your business or your 9-to-5 life. You all got to hear from my good friend Karen last month, who shared her journey to becoming a solo practicing attorney. Karen and I have traveled the same path for over a year now, and we talk every single day. What is so great about our relationship is that we can commiserate over exactly the same things. We launched our businesses around the same time, have similar financial goals, have almost identical family lives, and understand the pressures one another has at any given time. We rely on each other, we give each other advice, we encourage each other, and we push each other. It's such a breath of fresh air to know that someone else is going through the exact same thing you are. It may feel very lonely, but having someone like Karen in your life shows you that you are definitely not alone, nor are you the first person to be on this business journey. Find that someone who is in the same place in their business as you are, or the same spot in their career as you are. This person should be someone you can share your goals with, how you're planning on getting there, and what you're going to do about it. It's someone who can also hold you accountable. For Karen and I, we push each other with a goal, or my favorite thing when one of us is overwhelmed, we'll ask each other, what's the number one thing you can get done today? Then we'll check in with each other later in the day to see if progress has been made. Today was actually a day I felt overwhelmed. Coming off a 2-week break with the holidays and where everyone's back to work, podcasts are being cranked out, it's almost mid-month, Christmas decorations need to come down, appointments to go to, registering for kindergarten, and let's not start on that process. So I was feeling like I was treading water and there was no end in sight. I emailed Karen and she was feeling the exact same way. So I asked her, what's the number one thing on your to-do list that would make you feel less stressed? She replied with her task and asked for mine. For me, it was getting this podcast outlined and recorded. And I said, if I can get it outlined, then recording is a breeze. So it's currently 8:15 at night and I'm cranking it out before I call it a day. But once I do, I'll feel accomplished and I can share that I did that with Karen, who will undoubtedly cheer me on. Now, speaking of being cheered on, we all need a cheerleader in our lives who motivates us. For me, that's my friend Stephanie. I met Stephanie through Mom's Club, and she's the most adorable thing ever. And she does one thing that I envy. She works out religiously. She runs every morning and actually down to my house, which is over 4 miles from her house. I can't even fathom that, but someday I'm going to run that with her. Stephanie has been an encouragement both professionally and personally. When I launched this podcast, she was texting me after she'd listened to an episode on a run. That's usually before 6 a.m. because she knew I was up and she was telling me how great it was. She'll randomly send me texts about what a great job I'm doing and that she just thinks I'm awesome. Friends, she's freaking awesome. That is the type of friend everyone should have because who doesn't like getting those random messages of how great you are? Stephanie has been a huge encouragement in my journey to getting healthier too. I've signed up for 2 races with her this year, and she motivates me to work out and shares recipes with me too. She encourages me to work on my self-care and is truly a wonderful human being. I encourage all of you to find that cheerleader friend because they are life-changing and will bring a smile to your face. I do admit though, sometimes with that smile, Stephanie brings tears to my eyes because I simply can't get over that someone is out there thinking about me at 6 a.m. and takes the time to let me know. That is truly special, and I appreciate Stephanie and the person she is much more than she knows. I know you're listening, Stephanie, so thank you for being in my life and supporting me the way you do. I truly believe these 5 people are essential when it comes to your life, not just in business, but when it comes to you as a person. You need this variety of people to help you stay grounded, goal-oriented, motivated, and well-rounded. Don't forget that having these people in your life is great, but you can and should also be these people for others. Be the supportive partner, be the mentee, be the mentor, be supportive, be the cheerleader. Today, take a moment to think about the people in your life. Write down who fits into each of these categories, and at the same time, take another moment to think about whether you play a role in someone's life in this way and how you can do this for someone else. Head over to Instagram and tell me who these 5 people are. Give them a shout out so they know the important role that they are playing in your life. And if you're still looking for those people, make an effort to find them, because your past and your present don't define your future. You do, and the people in your life are going to help you along the way. Thanks for listening and for being a part of my life and journey. Until next time, my friends.